Welcome to Disney A, the Canadian-themed Disney travel podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Krysta. And we're back.
We are.
You almost didn't do your thumb point then, but you did it as a dance instead.
Oh,
yes.
So
it wins, yes.
Yeah, it's been a while.
A very long... This is the longest we've gone. Been gone.
Had a nice little summer break.
Yep.
Hope everyone else is having a good summer break as well.
That's true. Yeah, we were on a trip, and now we're home, and are you all recuperated from traveling?
I'm not jet-lagged anymore, probably. Mm-hmm. I still have some road grunge in my lungs.
Yeah, me too. My voice probably sounds weird.
Yeah, so weird.
How are you doing this Sunday morning while we are recording?
Still fine.
Yeah, still fine. And what are you drinking?
Just
Well, you're
coffee.
still fine. It's not black coffee, though.
Oh, yeah, there's some Irish cream in there.
Yeah, same. And do you have a nerd thing?
Well, the new patch for World of Warcraft came out, so I was playing that, I guess.
Yeah, that's a nerd thing.
Mm-hmm.
I also was playing a new game.
Yeah?
I was playing a tiny bookshop. And you know, yesterday was Book Lovers Day, and I played a video game about opening a bookshop and recommending books.
Did you sell a lot of books?
I did.
Oh, good.
But it's, people will come in and they'll be like, I want, and they'll give you some like vague ideas about the type of book they want, and you have like 30 or 40 books or something, and you have to like recommend one to them. So it works better if you've read books.
What happens if you recommend a book they don't like? Do they
So
burn down your shop?
Basically, no. So there's different levels. You can, if it's like the perfect fit, then they get super, super happy, but sometimes you don't have the perfect fit. If it's a surprising one that fits like some of the things they want, then they're like, oh, I'll give it a try. And if not, then they get grumpy. But sometimes like what they say is important and sometimes it's not, and you just kind of guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
There was an 8-year-old character who was trying to read all of George R.R. Martin's Game of Thrones books. And I was like,
No.
And she was grumpy that I was giving her kids' books instead.
No. You could recommend, like, Mistborn or something.
Yeah, exactly. But no, that's what she wanted.
Certainly children's fantasy.
There's tons of cool stuff. Or like YA.
Not Game of Thrones, though.
No.
Oh.
At least YA. I mean, that's scandalous enough.
Yeah, Mistborn's YA.
Yeah. But anyway, they use actual books in it, so that's what I liked.
That is cool.
Mm-hmm. And
You don't like books, though.
I like books a lot.
Oh,
yes, okay. I like lots of books. And I'm still on my like crazy book reading. I read a book while we were gone, which, considering we were traveling and stuff, is not super easy.
Yeah, I started rereading the first book of Wheel of Time on our trip, so I'm back into fantasy.
Nice. And you said you were like really into it too.
Good.
Yeah.
The first one is really, obviously, Robert Jordan was really into Lord of the Rings and wanted to write his own Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, you said I'm basically reading Lord of the Rings fan fiction right now.
The plot is very similar.
Oh,
the first half of the first book is very much like the first chapter of Fellowship, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm still finishing up my summer books and stuff, but I finished one yesterday and I'll start another one. And new shows. There is a new show on Disney Plus, but we haven't even started it. Eyes of Wakanda.
Eyes, yeah.
Yeah.
They're voting in favor of things.
Sea turtles.
No? Okay. It's supposed to be good, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, there's
not much fanfare about it.
No, again. This is... I can excuse the lack of fanfare around Ironheart because of the weird, like, delays, and then it was just like, we just got to get it out there kind of thing. I still thought it was kind of dumb because that show was actually better than I was anticipating. It wasn't amazing.
No, it wasn't amazing. But it was better.
It was better than the lack of fanfare, anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know.
And this one, though, when they first announced it, like, I think it was D23, And people are like, oh, this looks really cool, and Marvel Animation has done some good stuff, and blah, 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 blah. And then, like, chaos, basically. They've changed the release date, I think, 3 times, and then they just, like,
dumped it on August 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Weird.
But I've heard good
things.
We'll
watch it. It's only 4 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
We still have a lot of Star Wars animation mini-series to catch up on, but...
Yeah, I kind of think we should just jump ahead and just watch this. It's 4 episodes, and then we're done it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we still have What If Season 3.
Yeah, well, and that was going to be my other point. A lot of Marvel animation.
Yeah. I kind of want to watch
What
that.
If and Spider-Man.
Yeah,
and supposed
X-Men.
to be really good.
Mm-hmm.
And, X-Men. I don't know if you watch X-Men without watching the original.
I think we can do it.
And the original's pretty long.
Yeah, I think we can do it.
Maybe you get a guide to pick out the important ones from the original.
That's actually a good idea.
Because that is on Disney Plus as well, so you can...
We could do that.
Yeah.
Like maybe the end of it or something. The other thing is there's another Disney animation is the next thing that's coming, and that's this fall. Marvel Zombies is coming.
Yeah, which is a spin-off of What If. But
yeah.
I don't know.
And I was like super excited for that because I just think it's fun and...
That was a good episode of What If. But
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think it's going to be like profound or anything like that. I think it's just going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, that's what that sort of thing should be.
Exactly. So yeah, we'll watch that too. There is a new movie though that is out, and we have seen it.
Yay.
So we have seen now. Fantastic. It came out while we were traveling, but then last weekend, right after we got back and we were still jet lagged and everything, we went to a nearby city to watch the last of our Broadway shows for our season's passes, and we watched Fantastic Four while we were there.
That wasn't the Broadway show.
No, it was not. But
not
it was
yet.
also
Not yet. They don't have
yet.
Marvel.
Is right. Yeah. They tried Spider-Man, and that just was not like
abject failure.
Yeah, exactly. Disney A News Update. Happy Halloween, Brandon.
Well, not yet.
Almost.
No.
It's August. In Disney, it's almost Halloween. The stuff's up.
Yeah, I guess.
Oogie Boogie showed up earlier this week.
Even regular stores have a bunch of Halloween merchandise.
August 1st now.
Yeah, I thought maybe in your nerd thing you were going to talk about your recent Hot Topic purchase.
That's good. There's a few things. I have maybe the coolest bag ever now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Okay, I'll say now anyway. It's a purse, but like a shoulder bag purse, not like a little one. And not only is it Haunted Mansion, it is Muppets Haunted Mansion. There's like Miss Piggy is Madame Leota on the front, and then there's like the Muppet wallpaper pattern. Oh, it's so good. It is amazing.
And it wasn't like old and clear out. It was a
brand new.
New collection.
Yeah, brand new. And it was from, I think it was from Her Universe. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, they always have great stuff, honestly. But it was amazing. And they had other things too. Like they had sweaters and like smaller stuff, but I was like,
yeah, it was a
this
whole
is
little
a really
mini,
cool bag.
Mini collection.
And,
yeah. Anyway.
Muppets Haunted Mansion is now out. So good. Like merch, I mean, is now out. Mm-hmm. Which is very niche.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised.
And yeah, you saw it and you're like, that should probably go home with you. But yeah, there's like tons of Disney parks Halloween merch is all out. That's been out since mid-July, most of it. Not all, but most.
They have the early drop, and then they have the later drop. The good collection just came out, I think, so.
The one with the ghost.
The cutie ghosts.
The cutie ghosts.
Whatever.
They're really cute.
They are.
Yeah, I like the one with the bag and she's holding the black kitty, of course.
Lounge fly.
Yep. Yeah, if we were there, that's the one I'd get. And Oogie Boogie here starts in like 2 weeks, a week and a half, something like that.
Couple weeks. It'd be like in the 21st or something.
Something like that, yeah.
It was 23rd last year, so.
And they've released the foodie guide. I think we'll talk about that next week, though. And yeah, some of the Halloween treats are out already, but the big thing is, of course, when you see the decorations go up.
Yeah. Well,
And that was so cool to get to see last time. When we showed up, it was summer. And then every day there was like a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more because we were there for 2 weeks in August. And yeah, Oogie Boogie showed up on the front of California Adventure, and I guess he got a paint job. People were very excited.
oh,
I know, it's
exciting.
very important. I don't know if everything is up. Like, I don't know if the big pumpkin's up yet or anything, but, you know, she's well on
And
her
it will
way.
be. It would be very soon.
Yeah, very soon. So that's why I said Happy Halloween.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So Oogie Boogie's coming.
Do I
And
get-
all the merch and stuff.
Do I get candy then?
We are not going to celebrate Halloween for 3 months, Brandon.
Oh. Lame.
The other thing, I don't know if you saw this or not, but there, on a different note about Disneyland, there was quite a surprise on the It's a Small World attraction. Did you hear about this?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, so maybe.
There was a protest doll.
Oh, I didn't. I heard about it, but I didn't really look into it, so.
Yeah. There was a woman. So basically, TikTok figured out what was up. TikTok and Reddit showed a woman carrying a female doll holding a sign, like walking around Disneyland. And then later, there were photos and videos of that same doll that had just been kind of like strategically positioned on the It's a Small World ride next to one of the tunnels. So as you came out, you saw this doll, and she looks pretty beat up, and but she's in the same style and shape of the Small World dolls, except is not near pastel and bright or anything like that, of course. And she is holding a sign that says "Remember Hiroshima" on it. So, yes. Basically, the big question was, how on earth did the doll get through security?
True, yeah.
They have pretty tight security there. Then it came out that Ben and Jerry's co-founder was behind the stunt. Yeah.
They are pretty
Yeah.
politically
Yeah.
active, so I guess that kind of makes sense.
He said he was in the midst of a campaign against the U.S. government's stockpile of powerful weapons as part of his Up in Arms campaign against the Pentagon's weapons spending budget.
I see. Okay, I was gonna see what's the relevance of that now.
Yeah,
but
that was my first question too.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, like I could see if there was maybe like Gaza or like something.
it's all related.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. So that was, but yeah, he came out and was like, yep, that was me. He was totally fine, and yeah, it didn't take long for them to like
No.
take it down, of course.
No, but the pictures on the internet last forever.
Mm-hmm. Which was why it happened. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. Yeah. And he had this statement about how they chose that because the whole idea is it's a small world. Like the point is it's a small world after all, and the government spending has decided to forget that.
Yeah.
So
I've always found Small World to be slightly ironic, considering it was built by a heartless corporation.
did you ever watch the opening of It's a Small World? They had like 3 openings at the same time or around the same time, and one was like Matterhorn and one was Small World. And did you ever watch the video of that? They invited children from all over the world, and they brought water from the oceans and bodies of water near them, and they put them into the water. It was very sweet.
When it got moved to Disneyland, because of course it was at.
Yes, yeah, I'm talking about the official opening in Disneyland.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Isn't that sweet?
Sure. I'm a cynical man.
I know you
Get
are.
outta here.
Okay. But anyway, and then the other Small World news is, of course, there's the new verse in there. Other Disneyland news, like I said, the Halloween foodie guide is out. We'll talk about that next week. And also, there are a bunch of construction things going on and new ones coming up. But the big thing is you can see now behind the walls, because it's going up, the Avengers updates that are happening. So they've gone vertical above the wall. So there's
Yeah. That'll be trucking along, and it'll be done before you know it.
It's true. Yeah. So, but that was very exciting, I guess, because of course people keep hearing it, and all of a sudden they came one day and it was like towering up. So, anyway, that was. There's other news stuff too, but those were the things that stood out to me.
Well, I have much more exciting news.
I am excited to hear your news.
Well, not construction related, but it did happen in a Disney park.
Mm-hmm.
And this was all news to me. But apparently Jon Favreau is making a new Disney Plus series.
I think I did hear this.
About Oswald the Lucky Rabbit.
Yeah.
Which I thought it was going to be animated, because that would make more sense.
It totally would.
But no, it's live action, and they were filming in Disneyland the other day.
I did hear about this, and I know who's in it.
Catherine Hahn is in it.
Exactly.
But they were filming on Main Street.
Oh.
And Catherine Hahn was all dressed up in like a nice 50s dress, and
that's really cool. I need to wrap my head around this. How are they doing this? How are they doing live action Oswald? Is Oswald animated and every other character?
Maybe. I just saw the people taking photos of Jon Favreau directing Catherine Hahn walking down Main Street.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I saw her standing at like a popcorn cart or a churro cart or something. An image of that, and then was like, oh, they're doing like some visual stuff.
Anyway,
thing.
that sounds really cool, and I hope it's good.
I hope so too. I'm excited because I think Oswald is kind of fun, and
he's primed to be like retro cool now.
Very
like,
much so.
When it was the Year of the Rabbit for Lunar New Year, they had some cool Oswald stuff, and they should lean into that.
They brought him into Dreamlight Valley last year, and everyone was like, who the heck is this guy? Yeah. And he's so funny. He's, first of all, he, like, moves like an old style animated. He, like, kind of, you know, is a little vibratey, I guess. And then all his slogans and stuff like that are like, gee willikers. Like...
Dreamlight Valley didn't need to go that hard, really.
And people were like, that's so dumb. And I was sitting over here loving it like
that's
so
awesome.
much. It was a good example because Dreamlight Valley is really good at, like, they always want feedback from, like, their players, and you can tell they listen and stuff like that, and they correct things right away. And this one just came out of left field, and people were like, that's so dumb, blah, grumpy, and they're just like, we don't care. It's great. And I'm like, thank you, because it's so good.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, when we were there, and they had the Oswald ears... They were very popular. You saw tons of them.
Tons of them. And I did see, when I was there previously, I know I told you before, but I did see Oswald from a distance. So he does show up once in a while. That was like this, I think it was around Easter, though, so they were probably like bringing out the rabbits and stuff like that. Yeah. So, and he was from a distance and was like, had been meeting people and walking away and stuff. I was like, oh my God, it's Oswald. Anyway, it's retro cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and make a show, and I hope it's good. And it's very optimistic because I love Catherine Hahn.
Yeah, I mean, she's pretty good in everything. So.
Yeah, it's true. Very good news.
There was an idea to bring together a couple of regular podcasters to see if they could talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We call it the Disney A Initiative.
Let's talk about Fantastic Four now.
Okay.
This was like a big deal to you, this movie coming out.
Well, so it was a big deal to me because I always liked Fantastic Four, but it's a big deal to Marvel too because, well, the MCU hasn't been doing great lately.
Right.
There's been some quality issues according to large swaths of the fan base. There's been some real stinkers of movies, I think.
I don't think they've been that bad. And
Thor: Love and Thunder was
that's
really
fine.
bad.
I still don't think it's as bad as Iron Man 2 was, so.
It's on par.
No, I don't think
it's
it is.
on par. There's some redeeming parts in that movie, but it's really not very good.
No, it was disappointing. But anyway, people forget the early stuff and are really critical right now and don't give anything a chance.
Yeah, and then when a good movie like Thunderbolts comes out, it doesn't make that much money.
Exactly.
And they're very expensive to make, and there's lots of doom and gloom and whatnot.
Which is just so disappointing.
Well, that's what happens when you follow movies like your favorite sports team and you start cheering for billion-dollar companies to make money.
I guess so.
I don't. It's a weird thing, but anyway.
Okay.
So it was a big deal for Disney as well.
Yep. And didn't Feige always say that Fantastic Four was like his favorites?
That's what he said. I don't know if I.
Or maybe one of his favorites, or like.
I don't know if I super believe him, but he has said that. And maybe it's true. I don't know. It was mine, so he's around our age.
Yeah, makes sense.
little older, but
right.
not.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Ballpark.
Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
And in the comics, like the Fantastic Four was always a big deal to the whole universe, especially like big crossover events and stuff. So it's cool that they're getting in there.
Yeah.
And we got to see it.
Yes. And first of all, there's been a couple movies.
Well, that is true. There was one in the 90s that never got released. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a fascinating internet phenomenon.
And what's super cool, there's some cameos in the new one with characters that were in the one that they never got to be.
The actors, not the characters.
Yes, sorry. The actors who played the characters that never got to see the screen, they now came back and did random cameos.
So the story behind that one is when Marvel was licensing out all of their characters when they were going bankrupt in the 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
They had a clause in all their contracts that the studios that they had licensed out to had to make a movie every X number of years or lose the rights.
Okay.
And so the studio that had the Fantastic Four rights like slapped together a really cheap movie to keep the rights and just never released it. You can find bootleg copies around here and there. But
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
That's why it happened. And I think they kind of knew that that's what the purpose of it was, but I think they still gave it a good shot.
Okay.
I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah,
anyway,
that is super
and
interesting.
then in the early 2000s, we had a couple of Fantastic Four movies. That's where Chris Evans started becoming a superhero.
Yeah, and I loved his, the callback to it in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Right. And the first one of those was, pretty good.
That's the one I remember watching.
It was fine.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's entertaining.
The second one had Silver Surfer and Galactus. Mm-hmm. Kind of like this one. Mm-hmm. And not so good.
I don't remember that one. I feel like I watched it, but I don't remember it.
Galactus was a giant space cloud.
Yeah, okay. I've seen clips now, because, of course, with this movie coming out.
And that sounds really dumb until you watch the reboot with Miles Teller.
Yeah.
And Michael B. Jordan also doing his first stint as a
superhero.
Yeah. In Fan-Fourtastic. Did
we watch this?
Yes, we did, and it was...
Did I just block it from my memory?
I wouldn't doubt that you did.
Because I know you keep telling me that I've seen this, and I don't remember it at all, but I feel like I've seen Michael B. Jordan in this role, so I guess I must have.
It was horrifically bad.
And you just, withered and died.
Yeah. Anyway, and that one of the things that actually killed Fox as a movie studio. And the reason that we have Fantastic Four in the MCU. So, I guess it wasn't all bad.
I guess thank you then for the terrible movie. You're forgetting one. It angers you greatly, but The Incredibles is totally a Fantastic Four movie.
People say that it's a Fantastic Four movie. It's Temu Fantastic Four.
It is really good.
But it would be good if it was actually Fantastic Four and they just did a cool Pixar animated Fantastic Four instead of changing the characters. And
it angers you a lot.
It does.
But I find it I mean, and I'm not anti-Incredibles. I like The Incredibles. They're not my favorite Pixar movie by any means, but I think I like it more knowing that it's all homage to Fantastic Four.
It was definitely they wanted to embrace the Fantastic. So that makes me like it a little bit more, a little bit.
It's almost like Fantastic Four fan fiction.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, and that would be the most successful probably out of all of them,
and still is.
Yes. Okay, so trailers come out for this. We've been talking about this since it was first announced, and you were every little bit you were I don't know, but I'm cautiously optimistic, or I'm concerned but cautiously optimistic, because they were doing. Casting looked interesting. They were doing very stylized, retro futuristic. Anything you heard, it wasn't angering you or disappointing you or anything like that. But you're I'm holding out hope. But I'm going to reserve judgment till I see it. You've seen it now, so.
Yes. It was good.
Yeah.
Yes. All of the Fantastic Four actors fit their roles. Worked really, really well.
Yeah.
If anything, I think it was a little too short.
I think so. It was the shortest Marvel movie I think I've seen in a long time.
In a while, yeah.
And I thought Thunderbolts was a little shorter, but that was still over 2 hours.
That one didn't feel... No. That one didn't feel short. This one felt like they cut some stuff out to make it just under 2 hours. I thought it could be like...
2.5.
2:20.
Yeah.
2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been... You could have had the first act's montage be a little longer. That was my biggest critique. You want to get to know the four characters. Sue and Reed got a lot of screen time, and I thought their relationship was well served on screen. Johnny got his moment a little bit, but I thought Ben was kind of done dirty.
He got a couple little things, but it felt unfinished.
Yeah, I don't know. And I would have liked to see more with Ben and Johnny being bros.
I adored their dynamic. Yeah. The chemistry between them was like amazing and just like so well written and everything. I wanted to see more of that before everything started going down.
And more of Ben and Reed, because they're supposed to be best friends.
Yes.
And they hardly interacted at all.
There was like one scene where they
isn't right.
Yeah. I think that bothers me more than Ben and Johnny's more fun to watch.
Yeah.
And Ben and Reed did have like a really good scene together, but it felt like it came out of nowhere.
Yeah. And it just a little bit more. Just a little bit.
Yeah, just more.
But
I also didn't want a full origin story.
No,
so like,
I thought the origin story was really good. I would have liked to see more. They had written and shot more of their like year one montage, fighting baddies and stuff.
Yeah,
including a whole thing with John Malkovich.
Yeah,
that got completely cut.
And like at 0 hour, like
it was in one of the trailers. Like John Malkovich was in one of the trailers, and I don't know. Whatever. The plot itself and Galactus was really cool.
Galactus was cool.
Especially in IMAX, like, he was full-on Galactus-y, and that was really cool.
I said I really liked the audio in the IMAX.
Yeah, both Galactus and the Thing felt, like, physical, and you could feel the vibrations.
There was, like, a weight to them. It
makes me want to see, like, Jurassic Park in IMAX or something.
That'd be cool.
Anyway, that was really cool, and I liked it, and I'm really excited to see them join the MCU,
right?
And interact with all the characters and stuff. There's some leaks and things saying that like Reed is going to be leading the Avengers, and I want to see how that works with Captain America and
like
stuff like that.
Sam is very like tentative about his
he's always suffering from like imposter syndrome, and fair, he's just a regular dude.
Yeah, which he says all the time.
Yeah. But he's been always like a stand-up guy and has leadership qualities. So totally. I don't know.
Yeah, or is he gonna lead? Are they gonna lead the Avengers with a Z?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. But yes, I am interested to see how that dynamic goes. We're not talking about like major plot things or anything like that. But there are 2 after credit scenes. One is like fun and silly. And that's the end one. Yeah, it's the cartoon. That is like the in-universe cartoon.
Which is exactly like the actual cartoon that they made in real life in like the 60s or whatever.
Except the real life cartoon didn't have Johnny Storm in it.
Yeah, it was licensing.
Yeah.
A lot of licensing issues with Marvel.
Yeah. Continue. But the other one is a setup or part of a setup continuing for Doomsday.
It's Dr. Doom.
Yeah. But like not his face, it's Dr. Doom.
It's a quick shot and he's there.
Yeah. So we said the casting was really good, plot was really good, could have been a little longer. So not like if you were rating this like on a scale of 10.
I'd say it's probably like an 8.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
I'd probably go like 8.5, 9, but I don't have the emotional attachment that you do. Whereas I'm just like, this was fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I thought the characters were really good, and I understand that Pedro Pascal is like probably making the world sick of him after this summer, but I don't care. I still love him, and I thought he made an excellent Reed.
Yeah, he did like, I've always liked him. I was a little shocked about him being cast.
Agreed.
Like, I don't know.
I distinctly remember you talking about
But he did
this.
a lot better than I would have thought. Like, he wasn't Pedro Pascal. He did a thing.
Yeah, turns out he can actually act.
Yeah.
Weird. He played, I mean, I've only seen, apparently the one movie I've completely blocked, and the other one, but he played his, like, he played him as more of a full character, as opposed to, like, I'm this really smart guy.
Yeah.
And that's my character trait, right? Like, there was some...
Yeah, the early 2000 ones were very simple.
Yeah.
Which is how superhero movies were back then. Like,
yeah.
Even the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
That's true.
Especially the first one. Very, very simple by the numbers, like, good versus evil type of thing. Spider-Man 2 was better. And that's kind of what led us to having better superhero movies. So,
yep. Thank you, Tobey Maguire.
But, yeah, like, I don't know, they were very cheesy and...
Very stock character stereotypes, stuff like that. So it was really cool seeing these different things. Those ones I know always focus more on, like, Ben's emotional dealing with everything.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. But, yeah. We have not seen Superman, which is the other big movie that came out.
No, and I really want to.
I really want to.
It's supposed to be really good.
We talked about watching them back to back, but like the other thing is, not only were we gone, but then we were sick. So.
Yeah, I was sitting in the IMAX theater trying not to cough.
Yeah,
and like just feeling like
getting worse by the minute kind of thing. Yeah, but I have heard really, really good things. And that's awesome too. It was more important for Superman to do well than Fantastic Four. Yeah,
because even so, we'll say box office for Fantastic Four.
This is what I was leading into.
Not doing so great. It's gonna be slightly above Thunderbolts, maybe by the time it's done.
Insane to me.
So not great. It's not going to lose money though. They're making a bunch of money on merch and
the product placement.
And they sold a bunch of product placement, which was well done.
It was
I
so
would
well
say
done.
because it's like making the alternate universe world feel relatable.
Yeah.
In a way, like you had your retro futuristic 7-Up and Copper Tone ad, and
right.
Like it worked. So that
it was part of the world building, not like cheesy product placement. Yeah.
So.
Totally
that's fine, but the MCU has Spider-Man, which is guaranteed to make money.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad that Fantastic Four, I didn't expect it to make like Deadpool Wolverine money or Spider-Man money or anything like that, but I thought it was going to do a pretty solid showing.
And that's a Sony movie, so Sony's going to make them up.
Yes, that's true. But the name of it,
Disney still gets a cut of it because they're donating the Hulk and Punisher for weird reasons. And then you have your double feature Avengers movies coming out, which if Spider-Man is good, then we'll have had 3 strong Marvel movies in a row, and the hype might be building up,
so.
and you're going to have some original characters coming back. And the hype will be big, and hopefully Doomsday is good enough
I hope so. Be like
carry that hype.
That big,
And then we can be talking about getting close to $1 billion again.
Yeah. I wasn't surprised that Thunderbolts didn't make as much money, even though it was really, really, really good, because it's like some people knew the characters, but it's a harder sell, right? And the tone was different. And so I'm like, it made money, but it did kind of what I expected it to do.
People don't go to movies that much anymore.
They don't. But this movie I expected to do a little bit better, especially because it's getting compared a lot to Spider-Man. Not Spider-Man, sorry, Superman. Since that came out just a couple weeks prior. And Superman is making more money, and people are like, that's a sign. First of all, it's not making that much more money by the time you add in all the things.
No. So, like, that all the things aside, it's not making that much more money. The press for Superman versus the press for Fantastic Four, it's like Fantastic Four is making nothing and Superman is like a box office hit, and they're
almost
like,
the same.
They're within 15% of each other.
Which is, when you're talking about that amount of everything.
So it's kind of weird that way, but let's just that's how bad DC has been for a long time, and they needed a win.
Yeah.
And good.
Absolutely.
I want that to be
And we
successful.
really like James Gunn, who's behind the wheel now for this one.
And
so.
it looks really good. So I'm happy for that, and I'm hopeful for DC to have some good things, and I'm hopeful for Marvel to refocus and leave.
I hope so.
The troubles behind and have some hits and bring the X-Men in a good way.
Yes. Well, that's so we don't need to talk about it too much because, first of all, we didn't watch a bunch of coverage and it was very kind of meh. But Comic-Con happened. San Diego Comic-Con happened.
Marvel skipped out on it. DC was there, but only talked about Peacemaker Season 2.
Right.
Which looks great, actually.
That's another one we gotta watch. Like, I'm not anti-DC. I prefer Marvel, but, like, I like those characters better. And even before I knew anything about, like, superheroes or anything, I was kind of tired of Batman, and I really liked the Hulk. Not necessarily the movies, just, like, the character and stuff. And so I just went that way.
As a rule, Marvel has had more grounded and nuanced characters, whereas DC was always your big, flamboyant heroes with a capital H.
Yeah. Whereas
except for Batman, who was supposed to be nuanced, which is why he was so popular.
And then stopped
to a fault, and then they throw him in the Justice League, and anyway, DC can do good stories with those characters. They just haven't in live action.
Right. And, like, we've talked before. The animated is really good. Every once in a while, you'll get something good. Is it the one that's plural or the Suicide Squad or Suicide Squad? One of them was really good.
The second one that James Gunn did, which led to this whole universe. Yes.
So they have done some good stuff, and like old Batman, I really like. I'm talking like
Adam West.
I'm talking Michael Keaton Batman.
Adam West Batman was actually awesome.
Right? So, like, I've seen clips and stuff like that. So, like, it's not like I'm anti-DC. I want Superman to do well. I just, like, the verbiage around those two movies in comparison is, like, troublesome to me.
It was a little weird that the press... And
it also bothers me that, like... I mean, Fantastic Four, okay, but, like, why isn't it making more money then? Why aren't people going to it? And then I'm thinking, like, did they come out too... Because people don't go to movies like they used to. You used to be able to release it a couple weeks apart, and
July
it was fine.
was extremely busy. You had, at the very beginning, you had the new Jurassic World movie.
Which is going to make more money than anything.
Especially overseas.
Yeah.
And then you had Superman, which had a lot of press and a lot of good word of mouth. And then a couple weeks later, you have Fantastic Four, which kind of came out just slightly below... So then it gets bad press for box office, but it was well reviewed, well received by audience. Like, audience scores were high as well. I don't know.
It's just the press around it.
The thing I will say is Disney has made a mistake, and they release stuff on Disney Plus in like 40 days.
Right. Yeah.
And so people are like, well, I'll just wait for it.
Yeah.
On that.
And, okay, so people don't go to movies like they used to, and if they're going to go, they're probably going to go to one of those three. And quite frankly, if I'm your general person, I'm probably picking Superman. Because it's like, oh, it's this new movie coming. It's this new thing. It's Superman. I know what Superman is.
And your super diehard fans are going to go on the first night
to
avoid spoilers.
Exactly.
And so Fantastic Four is like Friday, which the Thursday, Friday was huge.
Yeah.
And then it just like... petered out.
Right, exactly. And then everyone else, they're like, well, I waited a week. I may as well just wait like a few more and I'll be on Disney Plus.
And it'll be free on the thing I already pay for.
Exactly. I think Disney, I mean, I'm happy that Disney Plus has a lot of content. I think they need to have it longer. I think they need to make us wait longer.
I am a big proponent of the theater experience, even though we don't have one anywhere near us.
I know. No, I agree. It's
and
yeah, I agree.
If you push stuff onto streaming too quickly, it's gonna kill that.
Yeah.
So think about it.
Yeah, exactly. Disney did this amazing thing back in our day with the Disney Vault. And I'm not saying you have to start putting things in the vault or anything, but man, did that work to make us all buy
Bambi,
those.
no!
And then it's like, I might have to wait years and years and years again to get it again. So it made us all buy it. And then if a different version came out...
It made us beg our parents to
that's
buy
true.
it.
And then a different version would come out, and maybe it was digitally remastered, and this will be the last time until it goes into the vault, and you didn't know when that was. And it was like, oh man.
That's why us millennials have, like, FOMO trauma.
It's true. But you know what? We spent our money. And that's also how I have 4 copies.
We spent our parents' money.
And that's ingrained in us, and now we are the ones spending the money. It will still work. I'm not saying put it in the vault or don't put it in the vault, but like make us wait a little bit, because all of a sudden we're like, wait, we have to wait how long? And now there's the internet, and then there's spoilers. Oh my god, I need to go see this movie. And used to go see a movie. Even your diehard fans. How many times pick a big box office movie from like the 90s or 2000s? How many times did you see that in theaters when we had access to a theater?
I saw Jurassic Park, the original, in theaters 14 times.
That's insane, first of all. I think the one that did me the most was much more recent, and that was probably The Force Awakens. I think I saw that 6 times in theaters. Disney Plus wasn't out yet then.
No.
Would we have watched it 6 times? You watched it more than me. Would we have watched it that many times in theaters if Disney Plus was out?
Probably not. I don't know.
I probably still would have watched it more than once, but it might have been 2, 3.
Yeah.
Because it was an event to go to still. That doesn't happen when you're going to get it in like a month.
And there hasn't really been an event since No Way Home.
No Way Home was an event. That one, and we went to it in theaters, and people like, man, that was an experience, hey?
So they need to get back to having a theatrical runtime. There's also second run theaters that are dying because of streaming.
Of course.
Like, I don't know.
What and how many times there's a second run theater that we really like supporting them in a nearby city, and how many times have we been there and we're like, oh, that's all on streaming? Yeah. Right? So I don't blame your average family of however many, when you how expensive it is to go to a theater and buy popcorn and do the whole thing, for being like, I'll do it at home.
And if you really want to have it available for people that absolutely won't go to the theater, have it on like the video on demand where you pay $40 for it or whatever. Yeah. And then fine.
Yeah, and that's fine. But I do think that's a problem.
I just like having big like, I don't care if Disney makes money or not. Like, whatever. It's a billion-dollar corporation. But they're not going to keep making these movies if they lose money. Yeah. So there you
go. They have these really cool big Marvel movies, and we have these amazing moments and stuff from them, and they're going to stop doing them if people don't go see them.
When's the last time we had a Star Wars movie?
Exactly. No, exactly. And, yeah, anyway. It also made me think of the Captain America, the last Captain America movie that like...
That was a problem.
Yeah, but then I was talking
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
Wasn't that good either.
Right. It was a very middle of the road one. And I remember telling people, I was like, oh, it's entertaining. It's fine. It's better than you think. And, have some friends who are Marvel fans and stuff who didn't watch it because they heard nothing but bad stuff about it, and then watched it on Disney Plus and was like, oh, that wasn't near as bad. It was fun. I'm like, I know. But like, they're not going to keep making movies if you do this.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, that's the thoughts there.
Yeah. Go see Fantastic Four.
We have a whole year to wait for Spider-Man.
Yes. And now we have to wait a long time for things. Spider-Man,
which is fine. I think they were probably making too many things as part of the problem. So a little bit of a wait, but then just keep it in theaters for a little longer.
Yeah, agree. We have Spider-Man, and then we have Doomsday. Very exciting stuff coming out.
Yeah, the second half of next year will be busy.
Oh yeah, that's true.
What's in the bag?
It's not a head. It's just content.
Oh.
Disney A grab bag. Okay, now before we end here, I thought we could also give like a little blurb about our trip that we went on.
Blurb. We had a special micro episode while we were gone.
We did. That we recorded in a hotel. In Rome.
In Rome.
Yeah. While drinking a bottle of Prosecco. We got a bottle of Prosecco for our anniversary. And so we drank it and recorded. Okay, so this is kind of like what we did. And we did, it was a whole total of like 3 weeks. And the first half, we flew into Amsterdam, and then we did a river cruise down the Rhine River, mostly through Germany. Obviously a little bit in the Netherlands with Amsterdam. One town in France that's on the border with Germany. And you got to practice your French?
It was in France. It has a German name, and it has been part of Germany and France and Germany and then France. It's just a bridge in between.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Like our boat was parked in Germany, and then we drove to France.
Exactly. But the signs are all in French.
Oh, it's definitely in France, and it's French, and well, like everyone there spoke French.
Yep.
And I know more French than I think.
Yeah, it was very interesting walking around with you. Actually, you're like, oh, I know what all this means.
It was very
locked
strange.
in your brain somewhere.
Somewhere, I don't know.
Yep.
Anyway,
and then we ended up in Switzerland. Didn't really see Switzerland because we like stopped in Switzerland, drove to the airport, and then flew out of Zurich to go to Rome. And then we did the second part of our trip was Italy. So we did like Rome and Tuscany, Florence, Verona, Venice. Verona was just a little stop. I just have to throw it out there because my English nerd brain loves it. And Venice, and then like Assisi, and then back to Rome. And that was a bus tour instead of the boat tour. So that's a lot of travels. Any standout locations? Either that we have or haven't been to before.
Well, we talked about it on the micro episode. But I guess we hadn't gone through most of Italy at that point.
Right.
Yet.
We had just started, yeah.
Cinque Terre was really cool.
Yeah, that was one of my standouts too.
You hear a lot about the Amalfi Coast down south. This is like on the northwestern coast of Italy, like kind of like where the bootlaces would be if you're
right. Yeah, if you imagine it.
Italy's a boot, so yeah, it's like kind of like the upper bootlaces. It is gorgeous, and this is where they like the movie Luca, the Disney movie Luca, is like that's where that is set.
Yes. In one, so there's Cinque is 5. One of the 5 towns is literally like they stood there and sat there and drew it and then put it into Luca.
And
you're like, of course it is.
It's beautiful. You have these 5 towns, which that's where it gets its name. Like on the cliffs, above the sea. And then the ocean's there, and it's beautiful blue water.
It's gorgeous.
Like, you go to the Caribbean, you have that, like, turquoise greeny blue. This is, like, deep blue. Beautiful.
It's totally different type of water, yeah.
Beautiful. And it was quite warm. Yeah. I did go swimming in the one spot.
You did?
And it was nice. And I want to go there and drink wine.
Yeah, we had they have a, like, local wine, which is very, like, feels like it tastes like that area looks. It's very bright and like
it's almost like juice, but like adult juice.
Yeah. There's almost even like she said there feels like there's a saltiness to it, and I was like, I don't know about that, but I can feel like it feels that way.
It's like the adult version of your mom calling you inside after being outside all day in the sunshine, and you have a nice big pitcher of Kool-Aid. It's like the adult version of that.
It was delicious anyway.
It was. I really liked it. There's a lot of good seafood there, which you didn't care for.
I didn't, but the other thing, there's lots of, there's specific types of pasta that they only do there because of the pesto that they do there.
Yeah, they're big on pesto there.
And I'm totally fine with that.
I had stuffed anchovies.
You did.
Because I'm brave and I will have whatever the local delicacy is, even if it sounds weird, and it was actually really good.
I know. You're like, I don't know, I guess I'm going to have anchovies here. And you're like, wait, this is so amazing.
It was like, really, there was pesto in that as well.
Yes.
But it was so good.
Yeah. So my thing is, I will be totally fine when we go, when we go back and we stay there, I'll be totally fine finding food to eat because I can eat pasta with pesto 18 different ways every day of the week.
So that was really good. Yeah, I think that was my favorite. I also really like the town of Lucca.
Yes.
Which not the same as Lucca the movie.
No.
Different spelling.
Yeah, it's in Tuscany.
It is in Tuscany, and it's got like the old medieval walls are still intact. They turned them into like a pathway around the city, which is really cool. It was a very quaint, pedestrian focused town, so I really liked it.
Yeah, we really like that. And the old
there's quite a few piazzas there.
Yes.
But the main one is oval shaped because they built it on top of the old mini Colosseum that they had there.
Like the walls of the Colosseum are now like storefronts and like restaurants.
And they just have a bunch of restaurants and stuff in this like oval shape, and it was, I don't know, we had some Aperol Spritz there.
Yes, we did. That one was really cool too. I just always loved Tuscany, honestly.
I drank a lot of wine, but probably not as much as the last time we were in Italy. I drank a lot more Aperol.
Yes. I think that is true for me as well, because we would drink bottles of wine pretty regularly everywhere we went last time, whereas this time, let's get a spritz. And also in Venice, we did a lot of the takeaway spritz.
There's a lot of takeaway spritz in Venice, and it's pretty cheap as long as you're not in the main tourist corridor.
Walk 2 blocks away and you have it for less than half the price.
A third of the price in most cases, actually.
Yeah, that's if you walk 3 blocks away. But yes, and now I'm sad because I really, really, really like them, but I know they don't taste as good over here. But I want one, but like, so I'm gonna be gun shy on ordering.
I have a theory about this.
Okay.
The Aperol tastes the same because it's like a product that comes in a bottle. The Prosecco that they use to make the Aperol Spritz, because that's the other main ingredient, in Canada, is that they use the crappiest.
Yes. Whereas, to be fair, even if they were using the crappiest in Italy, it's still better.
So that's why the Aperol Spritzes don't taste so good here.
Yeah.
Or they still taste fine, but they have a strong, I think it's a stronger flavor. It comes from the Prosecco.
It's really bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And anyway, they were really good there, and I had a lot. And also, they have more types of spritzes now over there.
Well, yeah, Spritz has become a thing. You got your limoncello Spritz and your Campari, which they've always had.
And Hugo.
And Hugo has become huge.
Yeah, which is either elderflower or mint. Most of the places were elderflower, and I was very happy with that one.
And the mint... I think there's always a little bit of mint in it.
But some of them were just like super mint. Yeah.
Like a mojito with Prosecco instead of...
Honestly, I did have a couple of those, and they still were pretty good.
Prosecco instead of rum, which is good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway, we had a lot of drinks, and we ate a lot of food in the whole trip, and it was very whirlwindy.
Yeah, well, any kind of trip like that is going to be... You're not in any place for very long. Mm-hmm. A lot of Aperol. We did have some enjoyable Kolsch in Cologne.
That's true.
That was fun.
And there's a specific way you drink a Kolsch in Cologne.
Well, we learned all about Kolsch again because we had been to Cologne on our first river cruise and learned about it, and I had forgotten.
Yeah.
I just remembered Kolsch.
That it was Kolsch there. Yeah.
I remembered liking Kolsch, but Kolsch is like this interesting kind of beer that it's top fermented, so it doesn't keep its bubbles very long. It goes flat very easily. So they serve it in little tiny glasses that are short and skinny.
Yeah.
And it's only like 6 ounces or something.
Yeah, they're small.
They're very small. But if you go to a restaurant or bar or whatever that is serving Kolsch the proper way, they come in these little glasses and you drink them, and the waiter will just keep bringing them to you.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to do anything. They will come. They will see your glass is empty, and they come with their
mostly empty.
They're even mostly empty. They come with their little tray, and they bring, because you drink normally like you go to Munich and you get the big Stein, your big 1.8 liter or whatever of beer. you can still drink that much of Kolsch. It just, they don't want it to go flat,
right.
so they bring you these little glasses and they keep them coming, and they just mark your coaster.
Yeah, they just put tallies for however many.
Tally it up on your coaster, and then you go pay after. But to stop it, you got to put your coaster on the thing.
Yeah, and then
on
just,
top
okay.
of your glass, or they'll just keep bringing it.
Yeah.
And it was really fun.
Yeah, I like stuff like that. I like the fun local things.
Interesting local customs.
Yes. Yeah, especially something that's so particular. That is literally just Kolsch in Cologne.
Yeah, and like every place you visit has different road rules.
Yes.
Like you're in Lucca and pedestrian, it's all pedestrian, yep. and then the odd like bicycle.
Yeah.
You're in Amsterdam. There's cars and pedestrians and bicycles, but bicycles are like the kings of the road,
yeah.
and you got to watch out for them. They don't really obey many traffic signs or anything.
And there's so many.
So many. And then in Germany, everyone obeys all the traffic signs. Yes. And is very
like by the book, yeah.
And then you go to Italy, and they obey the traffic signs, but like,
even the way you said that, there was like,
it's very Italian. They'll stop at the crosswalk, but only if you're very confident and when you walk out onto the crosswalk.
Exactly. When you're in Italy, like, watch, and then when you see someone coming, you have to, like, make eye contact with the driver, and then confidently walk out.
Make your intentions known.
Yes.
And then, but, like, if you're halfway through the crosswalk, they'll go around behind you or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
It's very efficient, but you have to know what you're doing in each place or you're going to get hurt.
Yeah, and, like, you can't walk across the street in Germany like you do Italy, and you can't walk across the street in Italy like you do Germany, and it's very interesting. Mm-hmm. Or ordering is the other thing. It's
most places in Europe it's a little weird for us North Americans, mm-hmm. because especially Canadians, we don't want to be rude, and we never motion a waiter, waitress over.
Oh yeah, that's totally rude.
All over Europe, you have to do that.
Yeah, and whereas they're like, it's rude not to, because like we don't want to bother you.
Interrupt, yeah. Which fair, I kind of almost do agree with that. Mm-hmm. If you got used to it, because it's like, I'm shoveling food in my mouth. I don't need to tell you how my food is. Like, don't come in and check on me. I'm eating my food. Like, anyway.
Yeah, and as long as they're like around and watching, and you just like motion for them to come over, and almost every time it worked totally fine. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I understand that, because they don't want to bother. It's all based in rudeness, mm-hmm. just like, or being polite. I'm trying to avoid rudeness, just from opposite perspectives. And I'm like, I actually understand that, because I also don't want to be rude to you, being like, go away, I'm eating.
Mm. There needs to be some sort of like hybrid system where you can just like put up a flag or something.
Yeah, we were at a restaurant where you did that.
Or like the Chilean meat place where you had your card where you flipped which way over. Anyway, yeah. I don't know. I find all that sort of stuff very fascinating.
I do too. Yeah, like the day-to-day cultural stuff. Mm-hmm. I like traveling.
It is. It's really fun. It's important, I think.
I think so too. It was very interesting being Canadian traveling with different groups right now.
So what you're saying is, we on the bus trip, it was about 70% Americans, mm-hmm. A little bit of New Zealand,
yep,
and a few Canadians sprinkled in. Mm-hmm. And it was very interesting observing how the locals would interact with the Americans. Yep. Especially certain Americans that were very American.
Very American. Mm-hmm.
Versus how they would interact with us as Canadians, who
are very stereotypical Canadians.
Very stereotypical Canadians, and maybe try to embrace culture. Yeah.
Or at least be polite about it.
At least, like, not doing it very well,
but also, like, I don't know, I think we're kind of endearing and bumbling, like, we're gonna try and do the thing. Yeah. Okay, so I'll just do it as a quick example story. And it was our last night in Rome. Is that the one you're thinking of, too?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good example.
There were many, but this was just a little one. We decided to go for one last gelato. And we were with my parents, and we were walking to a nearby gelato place you found that had really good reviews. And as we were going there was a family coming back towards us who were from the States. And
that was on our bus.
That was on our bus tour.
So we
knew them. And so we like chatted with them, and they said, oh yeah, we were just at the gelato place. And we said, how was it? And they were like, oh, it's good. And then they had some rather disparaging things to say about the woman who worked there. Basically, like...
They said, practice your Italian because she doesn't know English and is tired of rude Americans or something.
Yeah, tired of like trying to talk English or something like that. They didn't say Americans, but that is what it was.
Okay. No, they literally said, oh, she was like, oh, stupid Americans or something. Stupid
tourists.
Yeah. No, they said Americans.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, I thought that's just what we said or thought. But we went, and first of all, I was like, she knows English. Everyone there knows English.
Enough.
Enough to do something like order a gelato.
It wasn't a super touristy part of town.
No,
it was
very
still residential.
Yes, but it was still like they still have they have as much English as you would have French.
Right.
Right? Like you can point and say yes and please and no and to and things like that. Yeah. So I'm like, you can order a gelato without any English, quite frankly. Oh, sure. So I was like, okay, whatever. So we go, and they're kind of like picking it out. And I ordered for the 4 of us, just because I happened to be standing there. And she was very soft-spoken. And then, like, repeated things a couple times. Like, said something and then would say, like number or cup or like say the word again. But when she said it again, she said it louder. And I was like, is that what he thinks is rude? Like, I'm so confused. And then...
She's just like trying to project.
Yeah. Quiet
person,
I'm going to come close to the mic. But this is how she was talking the rest of the time. I'm like, okay. So, but then I was paying, and then in totally understandable English, where are you from? And I said, Canada. And she went, oh, that's so beautiful there. And then she was like really, really happy. And I was like, yeah. So we had like a nice little chat moment and had our gelato and left. And I was just like, I'm so confused what they thought was like, I'm so confused about the difference between our interaction. Like, I mean, I wasn't confused.
Personality aside, the States isn't popular in many places in the world right now. Even more so than it used to be.
Yes, and I think that is the whole thing, is like people's tone shifted when they find out where you're from, if you're from Canada. Or if you come across like someone who is not that stereotype.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the makeup on the ship was a little bit different, and... the more Canadians, probably fewer Americans, but still a good number.
There was fewer Americans. There was still quite a few, but fewer. There was a lot of like Aussies.
Yeah.
On board.
Oh yeah, and only I think like 1 or 2 New Zealand, and then there were some from like other places in Europe as well. British people. So yeah, it was interesting, the different makeup that way. Yeah. But yes, traveling as a Canadian, maybe make it obvious that you're Canadian.
Yeah.
And basically be a decent human being.
Well, that's the most important thing, obviously.
There were people on the trip who were from the States and who had excellent interactions. Anyone that we saw and always reported really nice things. And yeah, that's the big thing. Traveling's important. Do it. But also tiring.
We're home. It is tiring, yeah. I think I'm mostly recovered now.
Yeah. It didn't help that you got sick right away.
Yeah, well, that's typical anyway. Yeah. So.
I've almost caught up with the laundry. Suitcases are still lying there, though. Okay, anything else to add?
No, I'm good. Home. I'm going to go have some more coffee.
Yeah, let's do that. So that's our show. Thank you, El Mule, who's responsible for the custom theme song you heard at the top of the show. And also, he has a bunch of new music out, so check out his work at our website, disneya.wixsite.com/podcast. That's also where you can find a link to our social media accounts and our emails. You can find Disney A episodes on all of your favorite podcast streaming platforms. And if you've rated or reviewed our podcast, thank you. It helps out algorithms and other things. And if you have not yet, please do. If you know someone who might like listening to us, please be sure to recommend Disney A as well, now that we're back and like in the country again.
We're
back. So next episode, like I said, we are going to talk about more... We are going to do actual Halloween content, like in October. We're just going to talk a little bit more about the events going on at Disney, as well as going over the food guide. So I'm Krysta.
And I'm Brandon.
And until the next adventure, TTFN, ta-ta for now. Thanks for listening to Disney, eh?